What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I'm coming at you from the Road Ranger in Brinkley, Arkansas. Drove this down to about 15 minutes left on my clock today. I'd originally stopped at Quick Trip in North Little Rock. And I was looking at my GPS. I'm headed down to Cocoa, Florida. And I was over 1,000 miles to get there, and just mentally I was like, you know what, let me just run this out a little bit. So I drove another 74 miles. So here I am today. Now that's good and bad. It looks like I'm probably going to end up having to stop somewhere near Tifton, Georgia. And if you've been watching things lately, people have been out there slicing and dicing people's tires and stuff like that. So I know a few off-brand truck stops in that area I like to hit, so I might stop a little bit before that or a little bit after that. But who knows? I mean, they could just be finding other places. So anyway, that's what's up with that. Got this load coming out of, hell, I don't know, somewhere in Oklahoma, going down to Cocoa, Florida. Anytime in the winter I can get down to Florida that's not like Miami, I'm all on that. So anyway, enough about that. I'd often spoke about being a number at Prime and the Prime family, and sometimes it feels like people try to clown me like, you're just a number, or there's no family at Prime. And I kind of let that slide a little bit because, I don't think they understand what I'm talking about. So now I'm going to finally talk about it in a video. So, before I get to that, there's a couple people that did want to join the Prime family, and a couple of them, it just wasn't a match, or one of them, it wasn't a match for them. Then another person, there was, I think, some employment stuff. Prime's a little sticky about the employment. So there's a couple truck drivers that, one I'll speak to on the phone, and another one I kind of just know from watching videos. But I'm going to leave links to both their channels. If you can't end up at Prime, one of my boys, Thom Bell over at Midlife Trucker, he's over at Cheeseman. He loves that. I'm not one to be putting money on the table or anything like that, and I really don't have a problem with it. I think he does it from a different space that I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people are just slyly trying to show off a little bit. But he's over there, Cheeseman. I'm going to leave a link to both those channels in the description below. The next channel is a guy that works at GP Transco. And he's currently there. As a matter of fact, one of my other boys, Tim Travels, worked there as well. But a current driver that works there, Captain Trucker, he seems to like it over there, and he does a lot of traveling. So my videos are kind of straightforward, and I just talking to the camera. He's like going over to the Philippines and doing all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So go check out his channel. And like I said, him and Tim Travels seem to like GP Transco. So that might be an option for you guys. So anyway, let's talk about this Prime family atmosphere. I think a lot of people get this misunderstood when I talk about the Prime family. I'm really not taking things up the chain when I'm talking about the family or the family atmosphere. One thing I will say is I refuse to be a number, and that's just my personality. It's always been kind of that networking, get to know a bunch of people, all that kind of stuff. That's just kind of how I've been built in my former careers and just the way I am as a person. But I'd rather be almost disliked than unnoticed. So I'm never gonna just look at myself or let myself be known as just a number. But back to the family thing, I don't go up the chain and think like, if I get killed in an accident, my dispatcher, Robert Lowe, is going to be at my funeral or anything like that. When I'm talking about family, I'm talking about the people that are close to me at Prime that make it a family atmosphere. So it's almost like I'm making my own family out of this. You know, my family at Prime are the people that I talk to, that answer my questions when I have questions, that are just there to pass some time, you know, whatever. That's my family. And what saddens me the most, and it doesn't sadden me, but I notice it and I kind of feel a little bit bad about it, is when I walk into terminals and I see people that are just in there sitting by themselves, and, you know, not saying that they don't know anybody at Prime, but that's the one thing that I really like about Prime. And to be honest with you, it's the main benefit of having a YouTube channel, is I know that if I go into a terminal, there's going to be somebody there that I could talk to, somebody there I can connect with, and kind of building that network. You know, this network has saved me a lot. Primarily when I first got out there, it was older people or people that had been trucking for a while that were there to answer questions for me or help me out of situations. And I mean, this is just one incident. I mean, there's a ton of them, but I can remember picking up a load for Tropicana out in Jersey City, New Jersey. I went out there to pick it up and the reefer was already off. And I jumped the reefer was going, you know, it would start, but the setting on the reefer was start stop. So every time it would stop, it just would fail to start again. So as simple as it is, and now it just seems like something that would be obvious. You know, I was talking to Willie, Million Mile Man, and his brother, and they were just like, you know, just get it started and throw it on continuous. You know what? So that helped me out of that situation. Now, move forward a little bit, and somebody else was able to benefit from that knowledge that was passed down to me, because I've had people ask me that question, and that's what I was able to tell them. So a lot of times you might feel like, or I might feel like, or you might feel like you're just helping one person, but you're helping more than that one person oftentimes, because they're in a circle with some other people. You know, so my family at Prime is not necessarily, I'm not running it up the flagpole. I'm not expecting, you know, anybody in the safety department to do anything, you know. I'm not asking, that's not what I'm considering to be family. You know, I think once it gets above a certain level, then it is just about the job and stuff like that. You know, even saying that, Prime does have a family atmosphere, all flaws and everything included. You know, everybody's got that crazy uncle. You know, everybody's got that one fuck up in their family. We're just like that at Prime. And everybody got that one person in their family that thinks they know everything. They think they know how to raise a kid, and they ain't never had a kid. Everybody's got those people. So we're just like that at Prime. So I'm not under any illusions or anything like that. But as a matter of fact, I mentioned it before. I'm not much of a religious person myself, but if you happen to be a religious person and you happen to think just generic, you know, like non-specific prayers would help, we do have a Prime driver that I'd like you guys to throw up one for and see if the big guy will answer them. If the big guy's up there, it's not going to hurt either way, but throw one up. You know, just say, hey, Lord, Jesus, whoever, Muhammad, whoever you pray to, here there's a driver out there that could use your help. And that might be good enough. So anyway, I'm about to drop this. I appreciate you guys stopping by. No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.